For 2.
We're
Your video.
Okay, so the first problem here is x plus 3 over x minus 3. It'll say
X
we need
plus
to
1.
X plus 1.
x plus 1 over x minus 3. Good job.
This is a good recording.
So, remember the first time, the first section, when we said, what is the domain?
It's like
Use
real.
the x minus 3. Domain was all reals.
Except
Or except x plus 3.
X equals 3. This is going to become important again. Because you are going to be graphing, and I'll just do a rough graph of it. You'll have exact graph paper. But this x equals 3 is going to tell you the vertical asymptote. It can never equal x equals 3. So you immediately draw a line vertically up and down through x equals 3. You also immediately determine 2 T-charts that you're going to create. You go to the right of 3. So what are 3 numbers to the right of 3? To the right
4, 5,
4, 5, 6. You also go to the left of 3. What are 3 numbers that are to the left of 3?
0, 1, 2.
1, 0. So determining this domain gives you the asymptote and gives you both T-charts of how you're going to graph. Okay? But we're going to talk a little bit about the horizontal asymptotes. Okay? Horizontal asymptotes looks at the exponents of your x's.
Oh, yes.
So what's the unwritten exponent of this x?
1.
1. And what's the unwritten exponent of this one?
1.
1. We call the top one m and the bottom one n. And if m equals n, 1 equals 1, they matched. If the exponents are the same on the numerator and the denominator, every single time you are going to want to check the coefficients of the x's.
Pretty deep waters.
Okay, so if m equals n, we look for those coefficients. And what's this one?
1.
And this one?
1.
And 1 over 1 equals?
1.
So our vertical asymptote
Is 1.
is y equals 1. So we go to the 1 here and draw, horizontal asymptote. The one right left goes through y equals 1. It's never going to touch there either. When you graph, if you get something that would cause it to touch there, you've got a problem. So now we go down to these numbers that we created in our T-charts. And we plug these numbers in. 2 plus 1 is?
3.
Over 2 minus 3. Negative 1.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Then we plug in a 1. 1 plus 1. 1 minus 3.
Could be negative 2.
And 2 over negative 2 equals?
Negative 1.
0 plus 1.
Oh, no.
0 minus 3.
Negative 3.
We can go to this one. 4. 4 plus 1. 4 minus 3. 1. Put a 5 in. 5 plus 1. 5 minus 3.
2.
6 plus 1.
7.
6 minus 3. 4. 2.3, right? So we get 6 different points, and we plot them. So to the right, 2, down 1, 2, 3, a point. And to the right, 1, and down 1. To the right, 0, and down about a third. And so we get 3 distinct points, and then we'll connect them sort of so they'll go close to those 2 asymptotes, the horizontal and the vertical. Any question on that left-hand side?
So the 0 is your first point, and what after the equal is your second point.
This is the right, left. The second one is it's basically the x and the y, right? Or the x and the f of x. Then we go over here. Go to the right, 4, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the right, 5, and up 3. To the right, 6, and up 2 and a little more, giving us 3 distinct points. And there's what your graph looks like. Any question on that one? Sure everybody's got it written before I move on. Anybody have any question at all so far? So it'll be the same process every time to graph, but I wrote 3 different types on purpose.
Close up on that.
No. Okay, second one. What is my domain? Lucas?
5.
It's worded real except x equals 5. Yes. So what does that immediately tell you, Lucas, that you've drawn your graph?
That there's one line that's like to the right 5.
The right 5, and it goes up and down a vertical asymptote. Yes. Okay, T-chart. Raul, what numbers am I going to put in my T-chart?
You're going to do 6, 7, and 8 on the right, and then 4, 3, 2.
Good. Okay. This time, what is my M in the numerator? This is a tricky one.
3. I don't know, really roll.
Exponent for the x.
Oh. Totally
There's
heard
no
that.
x, is there?
I heard
So the exponent is 0. So your M equals 0. What's my exponent on this one? So my N equals 1. Does my M equal my N this time?
No.
No, my M is less than my N, right? 0 is less than 1. If your M is less than N, every time Y equals 0. My exponent at the top is less than my exponent at the bottom. Immediately I know my horizontal asymptote is the Y equals 0. It is every time. Anybody have a question on that part? M was an N. Okay, then we go to this. So, David,
Everyone has to see
tell me
this.
how I actually fill in this in. Plug 6 in here. In other words, 3 over 6 minus 5 equals what?
Oh, you're not actually getting a problem also.
I'm plugging 6 in for here. 3 over 6 minus 5. I'm plugging in a 6 bracket.
So 3,
And then my 7
3 over 2.
and And my 8,
3 over
3 over 3, which equals,
3. 1.
keep on going, 4.
Negative 3. Right?
Yeah, 3 over 4 minus 5, negative 1, 3 over negative 1, negative 3, okay? Negative 3?
Keep going, yeah. 3 over 2.
Negative 2.
Oh, negative 3 over 2.
It's just the same numbers but
And
negative.
then negative 1, yeah.
Same numbers, yes, just opposites. Okay, so then we're ready to graph these, 4, 5, 6. At 6, we go up 1, 2, 3. At 7, we go up 1.5. At 8, we go up to 1. That gives us enough to get our curve. Go to 4 and go down 3. Go to 3 and go down 1.5. Go to 2 and go down 1. It gives us 3. Okay. Any question on that one? Okay, my next one. Jeremy, what's my domain? Say it the whole way. Domain is
Negative 1.
no. Is it negative 1 or positive 1? Which way does x minus 1 equal 0? 1. Good. X equals 1. Now, Gracie, what's my m? What's my n? Have we had that situation before? M bigger than n?
No.
So here's our third situation. If m equals n, use the coefficients. If m is less than n, y equals 0. If m is greater than n, no horizontal asymptote. So our graph, what does this tell us? Let's go back to Jeremy. What does this tell us? What do I do on my graph immediately from this? Good. But there is not going to be any right, left, any horizontals, just this one. Okay, so, Jordan, Wells, tell me what numbers I'm going to plot in my t-charts. Okay, and another one. Good. How about Nicole? Plug them in. Plug a 0 in. Everywhere there's an X. So 0 minus 8, right? Over, and remember to put it in the bottom too. And what is negative 8 over negative 1?
Positive.
Okay, now it takes a little. Which means negative divided by negative.
Shit.
And 0 over anything is going to be? Okay, those were a little tougher. So how about Brock? put in 2, 3, and 4. Ah, so this time it's a negative 8, right? Okay. Put in 3. Over. Now the negative 5 halves. So what are you expecting this next one to end up being? So try it out.
Can't be positive or negative 0, so it's 0.
Well, 4 squared is 16. There. So you did get a 0, didn't you? Okay. So then you have enough to graph. At 0, you're going up 8. At negative 1, you're going up 2.5. At negative 2, you're going to be at 0.
Isn't that a positive 2.5? Yeah.
So we went up. And at 2, we're going down 8. At 3, we're going down 2.5. And at 4, we're at 0. So any questions on that one at all? Okay. Good. Thank you.